I am joined now by Deborah Weinswig. She is the CEO and founder of Coresight Research, Inc. Good morning, Deborah.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
It's great to have you. So let's talk about the latest data out there. What do you see right now in the latest retail sales data that reveal about consumer confidence and how we are shifting spending habits and how those are impacting the broader retail landscape?
Yeah, we tend to look at things year over year, although I know a lot of folks look month over month. But what was interesting in the data, if you look across the board, is that we're not seeing a huge uptick in inflation anywhere. And so that's certainly a positive going into the holiday. Secondly, what is really critical to look at September is that, right, we had all these sales, right, from Amazon, Target, Walmart, you name it, right, that second week of October. Oftentimes you'll see a real pullback in September as people are waiting for that. And we didn't really see that. So that would say to me that October is even stronger. And then thirdly, we're seeing very early purchases, even into September, of, kind of lights, home decor, everything for the holiday season. So everything's being brought even earlier than a year ago.
And what expectations are you anticipating for the upcoming holiday shopping season? And are there any specific emerging trends that retailers should be prepared for?
Yeah, so the holiday there, it's the shortest holiday season. So it is, if you just look at, kind of Black Friday to Christmas, which is how it's often defined, it does look weaker, but it's just because there's fewer days. And so I would say the underlying trend, definitely stronger than people expected. Apparel, footwear, accessories, so highly discretionary, we believe will outpace last year. And what we're also seeing is that consumers are being savvier, doing a lot more research. So they're buying, kind of floor models of furniture and really looking for those deals. And so that's why our belief that October will be incrementally stronger because of these very big sales from large retailers. So I would say the consumer's looking for a deal. They're ready to spend, and we think that holiday sales will top expectations.
And what are we seeing with some retail chains? Right now, we're seeing Big Lots that just announced that it's going to be closing 50 stores, and Walgreens announced that it's closing more than 1,200 stores as sales decline. So which retail sectors right now are currently performing better than others, and which ones are lagging behind? What factors do you think are driving these trends?
It's an excellent question because typically we don't see weakness in the dollar store space. And as someone who's very much paid attention to this space in recent years, right, with the pandemic and whatnot, these kind of smaller, more convenient boxes that offered, in some cases, unique items, unique deals, we're seeing the consumer does not have time for that. They do not have patience for that. So what they're doing instead is they're moving a lot of their spending to the discount store sector, which not only has really kind of strengthened a lot of their technology, so they're able to, offer this omni-channel experience. But because they're also now making money from data monetization, retail media networks, they're able to offer significantly better deals. So the big are going to get bigger. And that is a really interesting and recent trend that we've seen. And this idea of kind of, shopping for an item here and an item here, the consumer is doing kind of bigger trips. So once again, those who offer a full array are doing well. And what we believe is that while the department stores have definitely been on shaky ground over the holiday season, they'll enjoy that as well, as they're also seeing better, if you will, kind of margins from retail media networks and data monetization, so they can invest in price in a different way than a Big Lots or other dollar stores can. So we think the dollar store sector will continue to be losers here.
Now, I do want to talk about e-commerce versus the traditional brick and mortar stores. According to a new Experian survey of 1,000 U.S. consumers, about half of those shoppers plan to shop in physical stores this holiday season, signaling a return to brick and mortar shopping. So how are these online sales, in-store shopping, balancing out the current environment, and what role do omni-channel strategies, as you mentioned, play in shaping the consumer experiences?
It's something we at Coresight has been spending so much time on, because what you see as Gen Z, right, where we're seeing kind of a real impact from their behavior, they prefer to shop in store. But what they do is they do 90% of their research on a mobile device before they get into the store, because they say that they're focusing on sustainability, and they are. They're doing 3 times as much research before they get into the store. So not only do they know what they want to buy, they know what they're looking for, right, when they touch it, taste it, feel it. If it is consistent with their experience online or right on a mobile device, if it's consistent, and if they are indeed going to transact. So we actually see a lower return rate among that demographic. And we believe, and we're actually calling it like unified commerce, because there's like no beginning and no end, right? They're doing research on mobile, they're going in store to see if that's actually what it looks like. And then they may be actually consummating the sale on a mobile device, but the store had a much bigger impact than it used to. And once again, Gen Z shops much more like baby boomers in terms of their amount of time in store, but they don't, the boomers are not necessarily participating in that unified commerce. So Gen Z is taking shopping to a whole new level, much more research, much fewer returns, and honestly, much more profitable for retailers.
Yeah, wow. A lot of key points you make right there, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you so much.